Derek O'Brien of the Trinamool Congress. Mr. O'Brien, my first question to you is that I don't understand the relevance of saying, Mamata Banerjee saying that when people travel by train, they dangle out of the door and they hit their heads against lampposts and die. And these people should be careful. It is very dangerous. I keep telling people to be careful. Can you tell me, can you enlighten us, Mr. O'Brien, what she was trying to say in the context of Sudipto Gupta's killing?
Arnab, I'll certainly enlighten you on that specific question you asked me. But this is a very sad, yesterday and this evening is a very sad day because a young boy in the peak of his career with so much to live for was killed or died in unnatural circumstances. Now, it's a grieving day not only for every Indian because he's a young Indian student. He's a young student from Bengal. Doesn't matter whether he's SFI, Trinamool, BJP, Congress, doesn't matter. And he's also from my own neighborhood here in Tollygunge. So I think this is the first point to be made today.
Would you please answer my question now?
Specific question.
Thank you.
I'm answering your specific question now. Your specific question, Arnab, is where you heard about the train. In fact, I've been looking at your channel through the day and you all are doing some translations. I think the point which I've lived in Calcutta now for 52 years. Maybe you haven't.
I'm not as old as you, Derek, but can you come to the point?
I'm coming to the point. In Calcutta, after political rallies, this wasn't a political rally. The point Mamata Di was making in the morning is that you've taken that one sentence and tried to blow it out.
No, I'm not blowing anything out. I'm going to repeat the question since you're prefacing it with a lot. I'm going to ask you, Mr. Derek O'Brien, I'm asking you, why does the Chief Minister say people should be careful? When she says that people should be careful, one second, please allow me. I'll give you full opportunity to respond.
Selective quoting or no?
Mr. Derek O'Brien, there's always a charge the Trinamool Congress has, always against all media, all quote selectively. Anyway, let me ask you.
Not at all.
By saying in the aftermath.
No, I can't allow you to make a charge on behalf of Trinamool.
By saying, let's go on the substance and not go on the form. By saying that many of her party men die when they stand at the door and hit their heads against a lamppost, isn't it appearing, whatever the context of that comment, that the Chief Minister is trying to make Sudipto killing, and you use the word killing, I'm glad. She is describing a killing like an accidental death.
I did not use the word killing.
You just said killing.
I did not use the word killing.
Was he killed?
I did not use the word killing. Please,
was he killed?
Let me clarify.
Was he killed?
From whatever available evidence and from whatever I know in the last 26 hours,
yes,
it was an accident. And you asked me a question in the top of your program.
So it was not a killing.
Question. Allow me to answer that question.
So it was not a killing in your view.
Mamata Banerjee.
No, it was not a killing. Was it a killing?
It is certainly not a killing.
Why is it an accident?
Let me make the point you asked me to clarify.
So tell me, why do you think it's not a killing?
Or no, you can't ask me basic courtesy, you cannot ask me a second question, supplementary, unless you allow me to answer your first question.
I would extend to you the greatest of courtesies, but I must ask you this, why do you think, please, see, I want you to elaborate on your point.
Let me answer your first question.
Why, this is a very important point that you have raised. Why do you think it's not a killing? Please explain in a very narrow manner, please.
Let me answer your first question.
Why is it not a killing?
Let me clarify what the Chief Minister... Let me answer your first question because you asked me to clarify what Mamata Banerjee had said. I will answer your second question.
You've already done that, but why is it not a killing?
You asked me a question. I have not answered. I have not answered your first question. I know a little about asking questions and answering them in a particular order. Allow me to follow the order because you asked me the question.
Thank you, but this is...
If you want to cancel your first question.
That's all right. I know you have a lot of experience on television, much greater than me, and I have not had the privilege of doing quiz shows. But my question to you is this, Mr. Derek O'Brien, why is it not an accident?
This is a tragic day in Calcutta. This is a tragic day in Calcutta.
Why is it not an accident?
In Bengal. It's a sad day. It's a sad day.
Why is it not an accident?
Allow me to answer your first question.
Okay, answer this also after that.
You cannot have 3-4 supplementary questions. You can't shoot from the hip. You can't shoot from the hip and hope to intimidate me. I will not be intimidated even though I am deeply sad and grieved today. But you allow me to answer your first question because you asked me a direct question about clarifying what the Chief Minister meant when she said our party activists too stick their necks out of the window. You want me to answer that? I'll answer that.
I await, and after that you answer my next other question also. Continue, please.
Right. So Mamata Banerjee made 7 or 8 statements today after she went there. One of those 7 or 8 statements was that in our own rallies, we make the announcement that kids don't poke their heads out of the bus, don't travel by on these open trucks because accidents do take place.
Okay.
We are talking about those accidents. But if you're going to take that one sentence, leave out what else she said, and try and make that into one TRP program.
Mr. Derek O'Brien, I'm extremely sorry. I'm extremely sorry that you choose to look upon everything through these narrow prisms. But I am asking you now that you've answered the first question. My second question to you, which I'm now going to ask you for the 5th time in the hope that you will answer for the first time, is that why do you think it's not a killing? Please just tell me that.
It is absolutely not a killing, and let me give you a direct answer for this. The mandate, please listen, the mandate of the police in West Bengal from 1977 to 2011, they had a clear mandate to discharge their duties through a prism which had a particular political color. From May 2011, the police in West Bengal, under Mamata Banerjee's leadership in the last 22 months, have a clear mandate.
Oh, okay.
They will do their job without any color of prism.
Oh,
so they were doing their job. They did not, and I can tell you, they did not, as you're suggesting on your channel from yesterday, they did not bash this boy up and killed him.
So I just want to ask you a follow-up. May I ask you a follow-up now, please, in case you allow me?
The preliminary...
Preliminary report, I know what you'll say. My question to you is, therefore I conclude that by your logic, you are going by the Trinamool Congress word. When Trinamool Congress came to power,
what is the Trinamool Congress
allow me to complete,
no one
please.
From Trinamool Congress
Mr. O'Brien, please allow me, please. Thank you. You are saying, your logic is, we said that we have given instructions to the police to be fair, and therefore, since we have said it, we take it at face value that the police is doing that job. I am completely, amazed, at the same time amused by that argument. But I'd like to just ask you this: are you aware, Mr. O'Brien, that according to the medical superintendent of the hospital where the boy was rushed, he had multiple other injuries, not just a head injury. Right? So I just want to know from you, by this logic of sticking your neck out of a bus, how do you stick out your neck out of the bus, get hit by a lamppost, and also ensure that the lamppost does a reverse turn and thrashes you, maybe in other parts of your body, and that other multiple injuries also happen? How does this happen, Mr. O'Brien? Would you also enlighten us on that?
Absolutely. Arnab, it sounds like a very nice question on television for an anchor on primetime television.
I'm asking a direct question. I don't care whether it's nice or not nice.
Yes, I'm giving you. Yes, it's... Firstly, your sources are not even secondary. They're secondary removed to the power of secondary. You're talking about a medical superintendent. Who supposedly spoke to one of your reporters in Calcutta, who would have reported that back to you, and that's your source of information.
He has multiple other injuries is now ascertained beyond doubt. Now, please continue.
I contest your original source. Don't be in such a hurry to jump to conclusions and conclude. You want to be the judge, you want to be the executioner, you want to be everything on this show. That's not going to happen. We are going to wait for the final post-mortem report.
Mr. O'Brien, how can I be anything when
your word versus the word of the Kolkata police?
You are not waiting for the final report. You are saying I'm judge, jury and executioner. I would say that you are Sherlock Holmes to the power of infinity, because you've already said it's not a killing on the basis of your own facts. I'm asking you tonight, present the facts by which you say it's not a killing. Present the facts right here, right now, how it's not a killing. Right now, present the facts how it's not a killing.
Or no, by you upping your volume by 5, 6,
I'm asking you today, so the question is clear to you.
Please,
why is it not a killing?
No, please.
Why was it an accident? Prove to me.
Please.
Prove to me.
Please don't up the volume whatever facts I have available, and I can tell you I have much more facts available sitting here in Calcutta.
So present one fact.
Second and third facts.
So present one fact.
One fact. One fact. Yes, one fact. There was one home guard on that bus yesterday. Fact. Number two, wait for the final post-mortem report before you jump to any final conclusions. 2, 3, it is a well-known fact. It is a well-known fact that people, that there was a metallic object which hit this boy before he died. These are the facts. More facts will come in the next 48 hours. I'll come onto the channel and clarify.
Now
but
the
please,
thing is,
don't do TRP. Don't do tragedy rating
Mr. Derek O'Brien, this is, you see, they must answer the question. See, this entire purpose of this exercise,
all your questions
you see
today.
What happens, Mr.
Mr.
O'Brien, you must understand this.
No, it's a very sad day today.
No, please, Mr. O'Brien, please understand this. Please understand this, okay? Please listen. Any attempt at shooting the messenger is not good. And I am not relying on a version of a single eyewitness. If you've been following it, you would realize yesterday that there are multiple eyewitnesses who have come out and spoken to the media, right, about what happened.
Yes.
Now, you can also say that all the eyewitnesses are wrong, just like you can say that people who ask tough questions are Maoists. That's all right. But the fact is there are multiple eyewitnesses. And now I would like to, Mr. O'Brien, just get in Ritobroto Banerjee. Ritobroto Banerjee.
1 second, hold on.
Ritobroto Banerjee, take it. Ritobroto Banerjee.
No, 1 second.
Ritobroto Banerjee.
No, 1 second.
What do you make of? What do you make of?
1 second.
Would you not take part in a debate?
Television anchor. Arnob, I will answer any question you ask to me on a one-to-one. That was the agreement we had. On this occasion,
Mr. O'Brien,
we had a clear agreement that we. No, this is not an occasion for debate.
I would like to tell you one thing.
This is a moment of sadness. This is a moment for grief. This is a moment the city is mourning. So please do not ask me to take part in a debate. I made this clear to you, Arnob, before.
I just saw you take some questions from
this is not done. You know it.
In a democracy, you must be open to questions.
You can have a debate. Please go and debate.
No, 1 second. 1 second. You took some questions from an eyewitness on another channel. You must be open to that. Just take 1 point from Ritobroto, please. I saw you on another channel with an eyewitness. It's in the interest of good debate. Ritobroto.
Arnob, please.
Listen to 1 point.
There's an ethic to journalism.
I have just a single question. The primary question I have, Trinamool Congress knows everything, Mamata Banerjee knows everything, everybody knows everything, and Trinamool Congress, we just want to ask that why don't the government go for a judicial probe? Let there be a judicial probe. Why is not the government basically in Bengal is in a denial mode? And I was just listening. I just want to mention one point. In the morning, I was there in the morgue, so suddenly I came to know that the Chief Minister is there. Then one police personnel asked me that the leadership asked our leadership that you can come. Then we went there. The Chief Minister was not there. So I have a single question. She is a very sensitive lady. Yesterday she was busy in the IPL ceremony, but today anyhow she came to the hospital gates. Sudipto Gupta was lying in the pool of blood before the postmortem started. We had expected that she is also our Chief Minister. Sudipto Gupta's Chief Minister she is also Sudipto Gupta's Chief Minister. So it would have been nice that if she could have come and saw that young boy lying in a pool of blood, because she is the paragon of sensitivity that we are hearing for long. And I was just number of eyewitnesses from yesterday are there, and I am very confident. Yes, these eyewitnesses, they study in colleges, they study in universities, but fortunately or unfortunately, they don't have a false doctorate degree.
No, anyway, let's not make it personal. I won't make it personal. My question is on a judicial inquiry. No,
I'm not making it personal.
My question is on a judicial inquiry.
Why the government is in a denial mode?
No, my question, there's one point. There is one point which is my question is this: that why not call for a judicial inquiry into this matter? Because otherwise it will be certainly seen as giving the police a clean sheet. Why not call for a judicial inquiry, Mr. O'Brien?
Arnob, I continue to remain on your program, and I will answer your question, and I will also respond to Ritobroto. But don't do this, Arnob. Please,
Mr.
next time,
O'Brien, will
when
you
ask
answer the
somebody
question?
in good faith, no or no, no or no, your viewers must know what you do. Please don't play games. I'll answer your
Derek
questions.
O'Brien.
When you ask somebody, have the courtesy to come for a one-to-one. You cannot push your luck like this, my friend. Don't do this.
No, don't
do this.
I'll tell you one thing, Mr.
Don't do this.
O'Brien,
don't do this, Arnab.
Don't shout at me, Mr. O'Brien.
I will answer your question.
Mr. O'Brien,
I will answer your question. You can shout at the world and I won't shout at you.
Don't shout, Mr. O'Brien. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Don't shout, Mr. O'Brien.
I want to tell you.
Don't shout, Mr. O'Brien, because I will not respond to you.
I want to tell you 2 points.
Now I'm asking you a question on a judicial inquiry. Please respond.
Please listen to me.
Thank you.
Please listen to me. I will first respond. For the last, since this whole debate is no more about this sad death and a grieving state and a grieving country.
It is very much so, and I'm asking you about a judicial inquiry.
That's bad news. I am answering in response to what the young man said. Mamta, there's a deep political divide which everybody knows about in Bengal. How many left front chief ministers in the last 30 years have ever been to the opposition when somebody's died? Mamta Banerjee broke that barrier this morning. She went out there. She tried to reach out because she can't bring the boy back. None of us can bring this boy back. There were Trinamool boys and girls I met in Trinamool.
But you said it was
They were coming.
Was it an accident or a killing?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter whether it was a killing.
A young boy.
It doesn't matter whether it was a killing.
Does it? The boy is gone.
But doesn't matter that it was a killing.
Please understand this point.
How did he go and why did he die?
Killing, please. Please understand. Where are you going? There were boys and girls from Trinamool Yuva, Trinamool students who were coming to Trinamool Bhavan. Even they were depressed.
Why was the bus driver arrested?
And Mamta Di set the pace in the morning.
Why was the bus? It's not about. Why was the bus driver arrested?
Please let the police do their job.
Why was the bus driver arrested? Did the bus driver kill the boy?
Surprising visitor, since you've messed this up and politicized this grieving evening. Today the most surprising event was the former Chief Minister Buddhadev Bhattacharya, whose thousands have died. Today he went to shed his crocodile tears and to put a wreath. Thousands of others died. Mamta Di set the example.
Mr. Derek O'Brien, you must understand this. Because I never returned.
The truth will come out.
Mr. Derek O'Brien, answer the question.
No, please do your homework. How many judicial probes have there been in Bengal?
Mr. Derek O'Brien,
it's a sad evening.
You must never.
It's a tragic evening. You're linking it to IPL. What are you doing, Arnab, with television in India?
Mr. Derek O'Brien, Mr. Derek O'Brien, 1 minute, please. Don't get all worked up. Don't give me a sermon.
No, it's not.
Answer the question, Mr. Derek O'Brien. And if you want to say that I don't want to answer your question, you have the freedom to say so. My question is very simply this: why not call for a judicial inquiry?
Or no, we do not need to call for a judicial inquiry.
You don't need to.
If there's a judicial inquiry, you will be the first to know. As of now, there's no judicial inquiry.
Is there no need for a judicial inquiry?
What are you talking about judicial inquiry?
No, I am asking you a question. Don't get aggressive because I'm asking you the question. I am asking you a question. Why not call for a judicial inquiry?
I am not. Let the final post-mortem report come. You're talking about a lot of things. You've engaged me in a debate today, which I did not want to engage with, not for any other reason, but there were certain points which we want to get across. You're making this into a mudslinging debate. I can understand how anyone, why an SFI, in any party would be feeling young. Mamta Di last night told me at 11:45 something which I was almost choked when she told me that. She said, Derek, 23-year-old boy. I have a nephew who's 25. He could have died in an accident. So please don't pass such easy judgment on people, make this into big issue.
Mr. Derek O'Brien, I'll tell you one thing now. I'll tell you one thing. As you know, firstly, please understand this, that I'm going to ask you some questions. And honestly, Mr. Derek O'Brien,
I've answered your question.
No, one second. You see, Mr. Derek O'Brien, please. It's not in my habit to respond to this level of personal aggression. Not in my habit, and I will not do it even tonight. You can say what you want. Question is this: it is a big issue. I'll tell you it's a big issue because you've acknowledged it's a big issue. A 22-year-old boy has died.
You're used to imparting the personal aggression.
A 22-year-old boy. Don't get personal with me, Derek. I'm telling you again, don't get personal. Please don't get personal. Thank you. A 22-year-old boy has died in extremely unfortunate circumstances. And the fact is he should not have died. And that's why it is a very big issue.
Absolutely. I agree with you.
And you may
100%.
think it's not a big issue. You may say you are doing a TRP game by making it a big issue. But let me tell you, Derek O'Brien, it is a big issue.
You it's not a big
it
issue.
is a big
It's
issue. There is no bigger issue than the manner in which
It's a
this young
huge
boy
issue.
died. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Derek
Of
O'Brien,
course
for
it's a
joining
huge
me.
issue.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Brien,
Thank you.
for joining me.